Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. This is my first video, so I'm going to start by doing the lock tag. I'm going to bring it back, but before that I just want to let you guys know what my channel is for. I just want to start a channel to follow my lock journey. I kind of want to keep a record of it just so I can look back a long time from now when my dreads are down here and I can be like, oh look, when they were this short. So I also want my page to be kind of a help for people who do their locks themselves, or people who just started their locks and have a ton of questions, because starting my locks, I have a lot of questions and a lot of times I can't find anywhere the answers. So I kind of want this to be a place where we can help each other out. And I also want my channel to be like a forum, so you can ask me questions, give me suggestions for videos. I'm going to ask you guys questions because I don't know everything. So, with that being said, let's jump into the lock tag. So, first question. Do you remember the specific moment you decided you were going to lock your hair? Where were you and how did you feel? It was kind of a process. When I first thought about even getting dreads, it was, I was trying to figure out ways to grow my hair. And my mom just threw it out there. She was like, well, why don't you just get locks? You can get them, then once your hair gets real long, you can just comb them out. So after that, I started doing like a ton of research and all this stuff. And in the process of researching them, I kind of fell in love with them. And I got obsessed. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love dreads. And I got my hair twisted. About a month later, I started with 2-strand twists. About a month later, I took them out. I was like, I can't do it. I can't lock my hair. I can't do anything else with it if I lock it, so I'm not going to lock it. And then a couple years later, I still love locks. I just felt like they weren't for me. A couple years later, I was like, you know what? I really like locks, but why stop myself from getting them? So I went to the shop, got them done, had them again for I had those for 3 months. And then couldn't do it. I combed them out. This time around, I had tried like different styles after I took those out. Nothing felt right. So I was like, you know what? It's just meant for me to have locks. So I got locks again. Yep, that was my decision. And even then, it was just kind of a spur of the moment. I couldn't find anybody to do them. So I was like, you know what? I'm starting my locks tomorrow. And that's what I did. Okay. What method, if any, did you use to start your locks? I used the comb coil method. I was gonna start with 2-strand twists, but they just didn't, I don't know, they didn't look right when I did them to me. So I looked up how to do comb coils on yourself and did those. How old are your locks? My locks are about a month and a half. I started on odd day instead of like the first. I started on the 29th of July, so like it's kind of weird counting the months, but I think I'm like a month and a half and like 2 or 3 days or something like that. What is the length of your shortest dread and the longest? The longest, I have no idea. My locks are still kind of short at the moment, but I know my shortest is like one of these up here. It's kind of just a little one. I feel like there's a shorter one around here somewhere, maybe this one. I don't know. Somewhere in the front though. Do you have any dreads that are unique, strange, or awesome? I do. I think it's not really unique or strange. I just kind of think being a month and a half long is the first one that's kind of getting completely locked. You really can't see it on this camera, but I can feel it's budded almost all the way through. So I guess it's like the first one to kind of get to be an actual lock rather than a starter lock. How many dreads do you have currently? I have not counted. The first couple sets I counted them, but these I just haven't. It hasn't been a real big deal to me, so I just haven't counted them. How often do you wash your locks? Right now, in the starter lock phase, I wash them about once a month. For this front part, I had to retwist today for an interview, so I just sprayed it with water. But for now, I wash about once a month. Once they're fully locked and I know they won't, I can wash them without having to retwist. I'll probably wash them about every other week until I wash my hair before I had locks. Do you have regular maintenance on your dreads, or do you do regular maintenance? I retwist myself, so I kind of just, whenever I feel like I really need to retwist, I try not to retwist too often because I want them to get a little bit thicker than they are now. But at the moment, right now, no. What are your favorite beads or decorations? I actually don't have any. I've been looking for somewhere to find some or where to buy them. I've been on Etsy. They got a few of them out there, but I'm not even gonna bother to buy them right now because my locks are still too small. They won't, not lengthwise, but thickness. They won't fit. I made a lock bead before and it slides right off because they're too thin right now. Have any employers turned you down because of your dreads? Have any wanted you because of them? I'll say no and no. I've actually, the job I'm working at now, I had my locks. They didn't say anything about them. And I actually just had an interview today and got the job. So far, no. No one's had any issues with my dreads. Have they wanted you because of them? I can't tell. They don't say, but I don't think so. What is the weirdest question you have gotten about your dreads? The dumbest or the funniest? The weirdest question I've gotten about my dreads was, I guess this counts as funniest too. My best friend asked me, how do they lock up? Is it just from rolling around on your pillow? At first I was kind of like, how would you think that? But I guess with someone who does not have any knowledge about dreads, that's, I guess, a logical question. For dumbest, I don't think there's a such thing as a dumb question, so I don't have a dumbest question. Have I ever had a freak accident or embarrassing moment involving my locks? I'll say no, unless you want to count just an embarrassing moment when I've had locks, but it's quite a few, so I'm not going to try and pull one up. How many people do you know personally with locks? I'll say I know 4. I know 4 people with locks. My godmother, my friend Kayvon, my friend Josh, and my boyfriend. Do you have any dread role models? Yes. Duchess from Black Ink Crew. I love her locks. This girl, Lockstar, that's her Instagram name, so if you guys want to follow, go ahead and follow. And my godmom, she's had locks forever, and anytime I had a hairstyle that was similar to locks, she's like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. You should just go in and get your locks. And she was right, because I got them. If your dreads had a motto, what would it be? I would say mine would be, it's my body, I do what I want. Because I wake up some days and they look great. I wake up other days and they're just kind of sticking up all over my head. So they're still in that stage and they do whatever they want. If I could start a new set of dreads, would I do anything differently? I think maybe the only thing I'll do differently is to look a little harder and go to a shop to get them done. I think my parts are pretty neat. I like the sizing, but I think there's just a few inconsistencies. There's a couple locks over here, or it's about one, but it's really small. It's like minute. And then there's other ones back here that's like really big. I mean, it's not huge. Like, it's not a huge difference between the locks around it. But I think just because I know that the part is slightly bigger than the rest of them, or over here is slightly smaller than the rest of them, that I notice it. And I feel like if I went to a shop to get them done, then they would probably be more consistent in size. Is there anything else unique about your appearance other than locks? I think I'm pretty simple when it comes to appearance. Not really. I have a few piercings, but that's about it. What dreaded YouTubers could you see yourself hanging out with in real life? There's a few. I like Cheska Locks. She seems really fun. On Deck. I haven't seen like a ton of her videos, not all of them, but from what I've seen, I love her hair color, and I think she did it herself. So I don't want to see like how she did it so she can do mine. Pretty Poison. She started her locks herself. But even in her video, she just seems like really laid back and cool. And the Lock Block, they're actually a locked couple. I thought it was really cute, but their personalities seem like I would vibe with them so well. And Dirty OM, because she's another person that's laid back. I guess you guys can tell I'm a pretty laid back person. I just like to, chill and hang around. I don't have to be too hyped. So just give me a big group of chilled out people and we're good. And who will I tag? Not gonna tag anybody because this lock tag is so old. It's like 2 or 3 years old. I just kind of used it as a basis of kind of telling you guys who I am and about my locks as I am just starting my channel. So I'm not gonna tag anyone, but if you see the video and you want to do a lock tag, feel free. And that's about it. So I'll see you guys later.